but there's been so much change. These last few months have been so different because I've really taken your advice about the timer in particular, and just discovering what I can do in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes has just transformed our home. As I just go through it layer by layer, especially to your form as like figuring out which kids would be best for which jobs and to inspire them. Now they've gotten so used to it that they'll actually volunteer to do certain jobs when I'm doing it. So if I'm loading the dishwasher, they come up and say, hey, can I help with the dishes? Just organizing more too in general, so I can direct people where things are and that they can know where things are so they can do it themselves has been such a difference. Even David saying, oh, maybe I need to organize this stuff of mine or that stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, good for you, So kind of having my family catch on to, we like this. We like knowing where things are. We have way too much of this or way too much of that, and that's why we can't manage it. So we need to get rid of it, or get rid of some of it. So that's been really, really amazing.
That's so good. Do you feel like you've been a more fun mom since you've gotten a handle on your home?
Yes, it's been a really neat shift, because I would used to think, okay, I have to do this thing, and this thing takes an hour, 2 hours to do. But now that I've been doing it in small chunks and having timers, now I feel like I have more time to just spend with my kids, to be crafting, to be making something, and feel that emotional energy to do something like that, or freedom to make a mess. Because when the house is a mess, it's like, I don't want to bring out the paints. Like, are you kidding? So now that things are more orderly, I feel like I'm in a better emotional state, and I can bring out the mess to have fun with them, and they can help me put it away. And there's a system for that. And now I can find the art supplies. And it's amazing to have my house clean on a Tuesday when no one's coming over,
Yes.
But it's just for us, and I thought about how much I value guests coming over, and then how much I value my kids or my husband when he comes home, and just to be able to have a tidy home for him that he can come home and relax in. And I've come to realize how much I actually can fit in a drawer or put on a surface that I can manage, and it's way less than I thought. But now I can easily just put it back in the drawer, or wipe the counter, because some counters or surfaces don't get wiped just because they're so cluttered or have so much dust. It's like I just won't even think about it. I just kind of block it out of my mind, and then I don't even enjoy looking at it anymore. And the decorations are defeating themselves. They're no longer bringing any kind of presence to them for the home. Now it's like you're just becoming another thing I have to manage. I have a journal on my counter now, and I had fun taking the kids' measurements. And now when they say something funny, I can just go to the counter and jot it down real fast, and it's there. And I've always dreamt of doing that, and I had no idea why it was such a roadblock in my mind. It's because your phrase, it's a dream to have a team. I don't know why, but that's so powerful, and it's been really transforming my mind of how I think about the home, instead of just wanting well-behaved children,
Yes.
To have a team, to someone to work together, and it has a higher, deeper meaning than just be good.
That's awesome.
And so that's been, just trickling into our life, and just the way that you articulated parenting is such a gift from God. I think there's so much of a victim mentality as a parent right now of your kids are so hard, and you have to do this, and your mom, and you're always tired, But in your book, the way it came across was those were real things, but this is a privilege. And this is something to meet with a challenge. And we already felt like good parents, pretty organized. Our kids were, not to pat myself in the back, but they were the best behaved kids wherever we went. And it was so cool to look and go, wow, we could step up our game. There's more we can do. It's really neat to see that, and to see our kids grow and have that perspective, especially with littles. We're in a very different place than even when we were a year ago. Our house, slowly but surely, from top to even basement, has become more organized and more clean, and it feels like I'm living in someone else's house, like a bed and breakfast situation. It just feels so less stressful.